Let's bring in the big men of Rodeo, our steer wrestlers. They had a qualifier earlier this week. We've got some wild card players. Now remember, this is a clean slate. You have got to be successful here. You have got to execute. We have spent all year trying to get to this spot, and Brent Balcom's going to start us out from Blunt, South Dakota. Here's a veteran who's qualified over 15 times. He's a tie-down roper. He is a steer wrestler, a team roper. He's got a son.
Day by day.
No, sir. Sir, you're supposed to jump off the horse, sir.
He knows that, JJ.
Okay, just want to go over the rules.
That is not what we needed to happen right there. It is, like Kyle said earlier, we're drawing cards. You draw your stock. You cannot control what they do. They have a mind of their own, and unfortunately, that steer is going to set up, starts us in the steer wrestling with a no time, Kyle.
And that's not the way you want to start it off, okay? We kind of got spoiled in the bareback riding. Right off the bat, we had some heavy hitter rides. As we go now to your next talent, Colin Johnson of Browning, Montana, is going to be in the hot seat, if you will. He's the one that wants to set a pace. Steer wrestling, when you're racing against the clock, you want to be as fast as you can. A numerous time qualifier from the Blackfeet and Little Shell. Brand new daddy.
Ada Bing, his baby girl, his pride and joy. He loves that baby girl. She's a little cutie. We've got to visit with her at a lot of rodeos. Colin Johnson is no slouch. He's given him a scare, not only in the steer wrestling, but in the team roping. He'll tie down rope. He's a cowboy. He's a cowboy's cowboy. They run a herd of cows up there in East Glacier, Montana. I know all the Montanans are happy to be here. I heard we got snow last night, so we're enjoying this 90-degree weather. Colin Johnson, hook the nose, lay him down. Let's move on ahead with another performance behind you. Now, how come you didn't call out that one, JJ, just because he did what he was supposed to?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, he came out, he did what he was supposed to do. Plus, that guy's pushing 260 pounds, probably on steroids. I'm not messing with that guy.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Look at him, though. I mean, girls, look at his butt. You can't drive a nail in that thing.
Colin's going to be a 4 and 5. 4 and 5, so we're on the board. We're going to go down to Brimhall, New Mexico, Kyle. This kid has been absolutely spectacular this year.
You know, he's been tearing it up, as you said, all year long. Rooster Yazzie, one of our top caliber talents in Indian Rodeo. He's been making a big impact in the PRCA. And no stranger here to Vegas, a 5.15. Going to put him in the mix in round number 1.
Good look at the replay, slides down. This is all textbook right here, and that's so important. You're going to remember that come Saturday night. If we can get 3 steers down like that, you're going to be a contender in Saturday night's performance, and we're looking at gold buckle players. Here's another one from Morley, Alberta, Lane Dixon, getting ready to go to work. 5 times in the steer wrestling he's qualified here. I remember when he first made it, he was so excited. He was a youngster. Now he's turned into a veteran. Oh! Ouch! Ouch!
Man, are you okay?
You got to give him a little something for that job.
Okay. Do you need a hug?
Here it is. Here it is, JJ. Up and
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If the task was butt touching, he'd be in first place. because nobody reached down, touched the butt of the steer like that cat right there.
Not even going to, no comment on that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
let's just roll on to Rowdy Benson. Morristown, South Dakota. You know, we're talking about laying the foundation to a great week. And a lot of people might be sitting back thinking, guys, it's only the first day. Why are we already talking about Saturday night? But it starts now. Every point counts on the rough stock side. Every second for sure will count. And tenth of a second and hundredths of a second will count as we get towards Saturday night, the Gold Buckle.
But you don't want to forget, we are paying every go-round. 4 go-rounds are paying money. That money is going to get you down the road. Oh, Rowdy Benson. Rowdy Benson. And you can bet these steer wrestlers are back there looking at these cattle. They're going to be in the draw all week long. That is one. We're going to have to give a little more breathing room to help him get started. You don't want to start too early. You go out with a no time.
Big thank you to our partners at Boot Barn, Cooper Tires, and of course Roper, the official apparel outfitter of the Indian National Finals Rodeo. They're the brand that wears the West. Let's ride in with a cowboy who's got dreams of winning a world title. Titan Sosi from the Navajo Nation is a rookie qualifier to the Indian National Finals Rodeo. He comes from a great rodeo lineage and the home of the Bulldoggers on the Navajo Nation. It is so cool to see that next generation carrying it on. As you got to watch him grow up through the junior ranks and now punch his ticket to the big show in Las Vegas. Calling for the steer, and away we go. Come on, Titan. Let's get a run under your belt. You bet. You bet. We are going to turn in a 4.35 to the lead today.
Now, it don't get better than that for a rookie. That's got to be the best feeling in the world of accomplishment. First-time qualifier goes to the lead and puts the heat on the veteran. 9-0, the Iron Man, Greg Lewis of Browning, Montana, a 2-time Indian World Champion bull rider. But not only that, he's a steer wrestler, a team roper, a tie-down roper. He has qualified to the Indian Finals a record 23 times. His son, Dakota Lewis, a 3-time world champ. The youngster just put the challenge out. What's the veteran going to do? He's going to answer back. Greg Lewis, 444s in Vegas. You better hit the machines, buddy. 4 and 44. Nice work.
What a way to answer the call.
Man, that's a veteran move right
Absolutely.
there.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Somebody give him $44. Have him go put it on 4 at the roulette wheel, because that's what needs to happen, okay? 4 and 44. Let's go to Doug Perry. As Doug rides in, a talent coming to us out of Crown Point, New Mexico. Here's a first-time qualifier to the Indian National Finals Rodeo. His rookie year in steer wrestling. What an awesome accomplishment to start learning the craft and then qualify to the Indian National Finals Rodeo. Come on. Doug makes a catch. Now we got to get him down. There you see him trying to get to the nose. Uh-oh. And a no time. Man. Freshman qualifier goes out with a no time today.
I like that. Freshman qualifier. First timers. Speaking of freshman qualifiers, we got us another one. Tucker Rabbit from Standoff, Alberta, Canada. Where's all the Canadians today?
No, man. You gotta speak their language.
You gotta make some noise. You can't just wave.
Where's all the Canadians, eh?
There you go. Where's all the Navajos? I was just curious. We got a standard to meet, Canada. Come on, Tucker. First time. Let's get the jitters, first round jitters out of the way. Establish your place here amongst the best in the world. We got here. We did all we could to get here. Now we've got to turn it up a notch. Here, they're telling him he's out. He's got to get that steer up. That's not a legal throwdown. He's got to get him up, clear him, and then lay him down. Good job, Flagger. 8:63 is not the ideal time, but it is an established time. We'll see him back in the second round.
The storyline of the family legacy and the family tradition that is India National Finals Rodeo is going to be carried on all week long. You're going to hear us talk about the rich family history and how we see that. We don't just mean generation. There are brothers, sisters, uncles. I mean, it goes on and on and on. The way we could link cowboys and cowgirls to their family members. So as we talk about family and the India National Finals Rodeo, we ride in with Dusty Lewis right now. Browning, Montana. We got to see his brother Greg go to work moments ago. The great Lewis family, more of a dynasty at this point in Indian professional rodeo, excelling to that next level that we talk about the PBR with his nephews. And right now, we're going to carry it on in the steer wrestling. Your lead time in this event so far is that 4.35 second run. Tight and Sosi, the young gun, in the driver's seat. We're seeing so many guys knocking on that door trying to get to that number one spot. Here's a cowboy in great position to get that done.
Dusty Lewis. He's a business owner, taking a little time off work. He loves to rodeo with his brother, his nephews. Come on, Dusty. He got the call late, and we are in trouble. Dusty? Hey, we're proud of him. Go ahead and give him something to feel better about. He's not feeling too good right now. This is audience activated. We appreciate it. Tough luck for Dusty. We leave with a no time. The number one man coming in. The steer wrestling, the tie down roping. Where you at, Oklahoma? Quentin Inman took home a whole bunch of goodies last night. He's going to grab a nose, lay down, hurry, the clock is not your friend. Ooh, that's not what we need to have. JJ, go help him out. Ooh. Oh. That made me tired. 14:03 is the time, but hey, while we have an opportunity, would you tell your tour champ in 2 events, welcome back to Las Vegas, Quentin Inman.
Wow. Anything can happen. Those of you watching on Ride Pass around the world, we're telling you, you need to get to Las Vegas. You see some of the top caliber talents, day or night. Let's ride in with one of them right now. Nolan Conway. 2 times a steer wrestling champion of the world. No. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That is something you never think you're going to see at the India National Finals Rodeo.
You know, Nolan has had a tough season. He also qualified to the circuit finals up in Montana. It'll come around. That's rodeo. Unfortunately, you just got to rodeo out of it. Jared Pino, Crown Point, New Mexico, comes into Las Vegas, a 3-time qualifier to this great event, chasing the gold buckle. The bar has been set at a 4-3-5. Titan Sosi is the guy we're chasing. 4-44, number 2, the youngster, the veteran, battling it out. We need to get somebody else in the mix. Is it going to be our man? Jared. Get a hold. Try to reset. Now, they do have some time. I think he's going to try to run the clock out because if you can stay in the average, ouch.
Ouch.
You're going to get to come back possibly Saturday night. That is not going to stay in the average.
Whew. Anybody get a license plate? Man.
Oh. Folks, that's a long walk back with a no time on top of that little headbutt. Would you tell him it's all right? We're glad you're here with your applause.
Jeremiah Jody rides in, a former champion of the world. From the great Jody family of Indian professional rodeo on the Navajo Nation.
We damn good, too.
The regulator is back in town.
You keep.
Come on, Jeremiah,
Bound
former
up.
champion of the world. No! Wow is kind of the word of the day in the steer wrestling, but not in a good way. That is our third no time in a row. And I'm not really saying anything, but I'm going out on a limb. If you ride in here with a gold buckle in this event, it's not your day.
Bold statement.
I mean, just from what we see, like I said, I'm not trying to stir the pot. I'm just making an observation,
Yeah,
okay?
if you're a world champion, you're obviously terrible at this. You should just try frisbee golf or something, you know.
I'm just saying the Vegas gods and the steer wrestling gods are not in your favor
You
tonight.
got to be careful, man.
okay.
Next year we're going to have the South Point frisbee golf tournament.
Right. Kyle, let me jump in and get you out of that one.
Please.
Chase Crane is getting ready to go to work. First time qualifier. Chase, now is the moment of opportunity. You need to seize it, buddy. Get it right. That start is so important. Everybody looking on to see what are we going to do. This sets up performance number one. Are there any first-timers to the Indian National Finals, fan-wise? First-timers? Oh, wow. A bunch of them.
I knew the Washington people were you.
Washington people, welcome to the 47th Annual Indian National Finals. We're proud to have you. Here we go. Chase Crane. Way to be aware of what's going on. If we take a look at this, that steer had a leg up underneath of him. That's why the flag stayed up. Watch right here. He's going to get down. We thought we were in good shape, and then right around here, that steer hangs the leg. Well, you can't really see it because of that horse, but he stays hooked, gets him over. Another great job by our flagger. We're going to be a 5.2.
Huge pat on the back to the Indian National Finals Rodeo Pro officials that have been selected to be here. They go through an immense judging process, and the certification it takes for our judges to be here. It's quite an accomplishment. Want to congratulate them as well. And a big pat on the back to INFR for bringing in the very best of the best.
Look at this, man.
Hey, by the way, if you're a very first-timer to Vegas, please do not get escorted out of the casino like this, okay?
That's probably a good idea. Of course, there's a lot of girls here that are like, well, those two pickup men pretty hot. How many single girls here tonight? Just curious. Today. I forget it's afternoon. Today.
It's hard to remember, ain't it?
Yeah. Single girls. Afternoon performance. Make some noise.
None.
I got two.
Oh, we're out. Oh, yeah. I see.
got 2 and 3 pointers.
They're all pointing at everybody.
You're pointing at somebody going through a divorce. That doesn't count. Red flag.
Brock Belcom, the son of Brent Belcom. Father-son duo legacy. Let's get a time. We got it. Good job, Brock. 3-time qualifier.
He came
brother
to
Brent,
rock and roll with a 5 and 42 getting turned in today.
Brother to Brent, uncle to Peyton. I think that is going to wrap us up at this point. We'll go back and recap our steer wrestling. Look at our leaderboard. Now, I don't know for my first timers, round one continues into the night. So these results, we're only going through half of the program. Performance number 1. Performance number 2 is at 7 o'clock tonight, and that will be the end of the go-round. That's when we'll decide who our champions of round number 1 is going to be. Just to recap quickly with you, it looks like Tidon Sosi from Crown Point, New Mexico, and a 4:35 is our leader right now. Greg Lewis, the veteran, with the 4:44 sits number 2. Colin Johnson with a 4:58 sits third. We're going to go down on the floor with our team member, Wade Cauliflower, and our leader thus far.
Our leader right now, Tidon Sosi, 17 years old. I asked him, how many steers you run? A lot. You know he come here craving it. What's it like being your first finals? You got to wait out another half, but right now you're sitting really good. What's it like coming in your first finals, getting that first one down?
It feels good, you know. I got it down. It was fast. I'm leading right now. It sets me up good for the next round.
The next round coming up, but what's the game plan like now for the rest of the week? Now that you got the first one out of the way, you're young, you know that the bright lights here. You just stay focused, stay in the arcade?
Yeah, just run at that line and make sure I set my feet good and see if I can get a good fall in that steer and get a fast time.
Perfect. We'll send it back to you, Ray. He's leading the round right now. 17-year-old Tidon Sosi.
Congratulations.